What's going on? This is the Gauntlet, Season 5, Episode 2. Welcome, everybody. We got a packed night for you. I'm Denzel Snipes. To the right of me is James Tatum. Right below him is JJ. And to the left of him is the prodigal son himself, Dom DeRubeis. Hey, Dom, can you hear us?
Yes, we're good now.
Okay, sweet. All
Apologize
right.
in advance for any background noise. I'm in a Walgreens parking lot in front of a
It
busy
doesn't
street.
matter, Dom. I'm butthurt. It's like,
You are. See?
not at all, brother, but I love you too.
I love you first, but you ain't got a lie to kick it.
I love you three, and I'm not lying.
Okay.
Y'all can write each other a love letter later.
I love you four, but Josh Allen had 278 yards in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter alone. Yeah, which was insane. And we'll get to all of that for our Gauntlet Grinders. Before we get
I love
started,
you five, and you're right.
yeah, that's
And
true.
like I said last week, Josh Allen joined that club with Lamar Jackson that no one wants to be in.
Which one was that?
MVP that can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
You know what's interesting is that he can't beat Mahomes, neither can Jackson. But
No one can except for Burrow, and that was like 5 years ago.
Excuse
but
me.
Burrow and
Excuse me.
David did right.
Hold
Thank
on.
you.
We're talking
But-
about AFC.
Right, but in the AFC,
we know your quarterback can beat him, James.
But what's interesting is that Burrow can't beat Lamar.
I know.
can't-
Isn't it crazy?
He can't beat Lamar. Lamar actually can beat Josh. He just lost today. He still has a winning record.
He can
against
beat
him.
anyone but Mahomes.
Is the only person we got to worry about, in my opinion, or we have to worry about whoever.
Just
Time
who's on
will
your
tell,
schedule.
boys.
Well, before we get started, everybody follow us on all of our socials on Facebook, Instagram.
OnlyFans.
Coming soon. JJ's opening up an OnlyFans, y'all. He is. But that's the birth of Hoodie JJ. There it is, y'all.
You gotta clip that one.
Yeah, we got
Horrible.
And we're also on TikTok as well. We have 2 TikToks, Sideline Sports and Sideline 1 Sports as well. So follow us on all the great socials. Also on Gauntlet Sports Media on YouTube and Sideline Sports on YouTube. We're on X as well.
Right.
All right, and whoa, let's get it started with the sports morons of the week. The most egregious actions and takes from the sports world going around the world. James, what do you got, buddy?
Don't come to me first. I gotta think about it.
You gotta think about it? All right.
Think about it.
Okay, JJ, you got something, man?
Honestly, no, it's too early. I don't have anything.
Nothing from you heard egregious from Ravens Bills or anything like that?
It's the same old stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. You know.
What about we was talking about beforehand with the people in the DMV area talking about Jaden Daniels and all that?
Oh, at the end of the day, they're going to get their own humble pie. We're little brother, big brother since we got here, so I don't really think about them at all because we've been more successful than them. Than they got the point. I will say at the end of the day, if I am going to call something out, everyone who has put Jaden Daniels in the top 5 after 1 year, let's just sit on that for a second.
Slow your roll.
We'll get
Let's
to that.
sit on that for your second.
I'm with you
Because-
100%, JJ.
And I like the guy. I do think he's a great quarterback potentially, but I can't understand how we have said that it takes a couple years of elite play for you to become an elite quarterback, but after 1 year, we have this guy in the elite category.
It's recency bias, Jay. What do we always say?
Yep. But
Don't do what?
They had a nice little run, but
yeah.
I'm not seeing the same team from last year.
Tell them, Jay.
So far in the first 2 games.
Don't do what now?
Don't become a prisoner of the moment.
Of the moment. Don't be my bad. Do not become a prisoner of the moment. Absolutely.
I remember another Washington quarterback, a high first-round pick, also mobile, also brought the foreskins from mediocrity into the playoffs
in 1 year.
Yeah, and it was RG knee.
RG knees.
Yep. And Jay, you know better than anyone about not trusting a quarterback strictly based off his rookie year.
Exactly. Especially after the teams, they see him coming that second year, they get all the film on him and everything. So of course, Jaden Daniels did his thing his rookie year, but what's going to tell the tale is from this year forward, especially this year. But we'll get to that 2 topics from now. Dom, did you have a sports moron?
Yeah, I just came up with one on the fly. Although, can you still call someone a moron if they do what you ultimately expected them to do? I mean, different head coach, same team. It's Ben Johnson and the Bears for blowing that second half lead. I'm not surprised, but I was just like, wow, come on now, Bears.
I thought they were going to win the game.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
The pick six to go up 17-6. And I mean,
who lasts longer in Chicago, Ben Johnson or Caleb Williams?
I think they're going to last. I think they're going to last equally.
It was like I was saying. I think I said it on Picked Off, or no, it was a Sideline Sports Show. Is Ben Johnson has got a hell of a project on his hands. This isn't golf. This isn't. What is that? Who is that?
It's Kai Sinai as Jaden Daniels when they say Jaden Daniels, now that teams have film on him, he's like Kai Sinai.
Kai Sinai. Wow. That's actually pretty accurate.
That's tough.
But Ben Johnson definitely has a project on his hands because this is not golf that helped make the Lions offense great these last some odd years. This is Caleb Williams. This is
The crazy thing is, I don't think any of us would say otherwise. Caleb Williams probably has a higher ceiling than Goff. Better arm, more athletic. Sure. But that's not what the Ben Johnson offense is predicated upon. Yeah. It's timing and, crisp throws.
Yeah. But you know what? You just said it. Crisp throws. Because Caleb Williams started out 10 of 10 of 86 yards. And then the bottom fell out.
He missed some real easy throws.
So we're just gonna excuse that defense of everything. Because who let that guy come back? I mean, we're gonna put it all on Caleb? Because last time I checked, how did JJ McCarthy, after being shut down for 3 quarters, all of a sudden miraculously turn into something different and beat them?
Oh no, you're right. The Bears defense made JJ McCarthy look like Tim Tebow. But
so I think also, we have to get the bit of pie.
But also, and everybody saw this play. When DJ Moore was running free for a wide open touchdown and you sail him, he was wide open, bro.
That's one.
John, you saw that play?
I did see that play, but how many plays did they miss on defense for JJ? One play, or we're gonna look at the one play and say that, or we're gonna look at 7 or 8 plays that they happened against and they didn't. So I'm not saying he's not part of the blame, but I think if we're gonna put it there, more blame needs to be on that defense. Because you got that point and then you lost and you had 7, 8 different mishaps on defense, but we're gonna talk about the touchdown. I'm not saying you, because I have heard it from other people.
Chicago never should have been up in that game to start with. That's why they didn't win, because they don't know how to close out games. Minnesota's got one of the 3 or 4 or 5 best rosters in the NFL.
Even still, your defense gives it up. It's not about, well, they shouldn't have got it. They got it. So what does that say about them if you let this team that shouldn't have done it get up on you like that? Now we're sitting there even proving your defense let you down, and now all eyes go to Caleb. Caleb scored 24 points, and his team was holding them to 3 or so.
I'm blaming Ben Johnson more than Caleb Williams.
Like, I think Caleb takes fire, but it's getting really crazy that every time it's like, okay, he missed that throw. What about that block miss? How did he scramble to get up here and do all these things? How did they come back in the fourth quarter after down by 2 scores?
And I would be the first one to say Caleb Williams got a lot of criticism after throwing for 3,500 yards, 20 TDs, and only like 6 picks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Bears, and they went on that terrible long losing streak.
Yeah, which started with the Hail Mary out in Washington. Literally, that Hail Mary was the end of their season right there. But, JJ, to your point, 2 things can be true. The Vikings defense amped it up in the second half. No one is denying that. All I'm saying is off target on 47% of your dropbacks. That is inexcusable.
But the
inexcusable.
thing is, you don't believe in Caleb in the first place, so of course you're going to lead with the more thing that's more appealing to your opinion of the guy. But if you look objectively at it, it's not going to be the first thing at forefront. When you say, yeah, it's on the defense, but that you're showing that even though you acknowledge it, you still think more blame is on him. But when we're thinking about it, if you're up by 2 scores with like 6-7 minutes left, you're going to sit there and tell me it's on him when they do that? Just like when Lamar had the same thing, it's on him for giving up 251 yards? No. So, yeah, he missed 47% of his passes, but didn't stop him from getting 24 points. You had the 2 scores or whatever and everything like that. You're supposed to close this game out. But I understand but this goes what we say when it comes to quarterbacks. We do often give our opinions based off of our personal feeling of the guy. Because we do not like Caleb. We never thought he was that good. So when the team fails, yes, we may acknowledge other things. And I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to everyone out here because I've had this conversation with a few people today at my job or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yes, we can acknowledge that. But because we don't believe in him, we're going to go with him. No, it's not going to fly this time, man, because at the end of the day, he ain't have J.J. McCarthy go off like that.
And universally, quarterbacks get less credit than they should for wins and more blame than they should for losses.
Did he throw a pick to get them to come back? No. How did they come back?
J.J. McCarthy threw that pick 6.
Yeah, that was supposed to put the game away.
But what happened? So did Caleb Did Caleb mess it up for them after they put the game away?
No, it was dude. I acknowledged both sides, didn't I? I said
no, I get it, but I'm saying
it was Caleb. It is what it is.
So give me a percentage of the pie. Who gets more? Is it 50-50, 49-51? Because for me, I go 70, 65, 35. 65 defense, 35 Caleb.
Considering Caleb started 10 of, I'll say 50-50. Considering that he did start 10 of 10 for 86 yards.
And like I said, you got to blame Ben Johnson for some of that too.
No, absolutely. Because again, you're up 11 and the Vikings couldn't get anything going. So yes, you're supposed to close that game out. Well, anyhow, I don't know where James went. James, you still there? Okay. All right. Well, I thought I was going to give a sports moron, but I guess we'll take a slight commercial break here, and when we come back, we'll go to our Gauntlet Grinders for Week 1. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Gauntlet, and now it is time. It is back. Gauntlet Grinders for NFL Week 1. Who do you all have as your outstanding performers for Week 1? Once again, for those of you all who are not familiar with it, there's James. Those of you all who are not familiar with it is you can pick one from the AFC, one from the NFC, or one from the NFL overall. So, James, we'll start off with you, man. Who do you got for your Gauntlet Grinders?
For the AFC, I got Josh Allen. He was cooking. He had like 278 yards in the fourth quarter. Crazy game between the Ravens. Looked like the Ravens had the game won, had that big lead in the fourth quarter, and they just kept hanging around. Took advantage of the turnover from Derrick Henry. That was kind of the turning point of that game. And, Josh was dealing. He won the league MVP last year, and the game they had in that particular night kind of shows why he won that and why he's presumably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So Josh Allen, AFC. NFC, I'm going to the rookie wide receiver of Tampa Bay, Egbuka. Had some key plays in that game to win the game for Tampa. Tight game between them and the Atlanta Falcons. They pulled away late, got that touchdown from Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to be a big piece to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No disrespect to Chris Godwin, but I think I think he's going to be their wide receiver too. And when Godwin gets back to the mix, he's going to be the third guy with Mike Evans there. So, but he's got talent, got that game-winning touchdown, and I think he's going to be a big piece for the Buccaneers.
All right. And moving on to JJ. JJ, who do you have for your NFL Week 1 Gauntlet Grinders?
So I'm actually going to go with AFC. I'm surprised that this guy does not get talked about because we're always talking about Josh Allen. But the one guy that got the whole comeback started was James Cook. Because if it wasn't for James Cook on that one big play, they wouldn't have even had life. And James Cook continues to get severely disrespected by the entire world because they love Josh Allen. Everyone in that locker room will tell you James Cook is a beast for that squad. And he kept grinding because he's the one that shook off 3 or 4 Ravens defenders. If that catch was just done and no problem, who knows what would have happened. They wouldn't have scored. They wouldn't have got down to the other territory. You turn a 5 or 10 yard gain into a 55-yard scamper to get down there and start that momentum switching, because what happened to the crowd when he did that? They all woke up. So, yes, I love Josh Allen, but I'm going to give it to James Cook because James Cook is my opinion, and I will stand on this till I pass. He's the reason why the comeback happened. He's the MVP for that thing because when they were down and out, he was the security blanket to get a first down, and he changed it. He changed the whole thing. And now, all of a sudden, the confidence comes back. Josh Allen's bravado comes back even more. It was already there, but it's like, oh, snap. Because not only did that get the momentum changing, got him in field goal territory, it didn't use a lot of time either. So they don't have to worry about the time thing. So I'm going to give it to James Cook because I'm going to keep saying this, and I'll tell you that. There's so many weapons on that squad, and they're tired of being disrespected just because people love Josh Allen and want to claim he's doing this. Josh Allen has always had a sufficient roster around him post first and second year. So I'm going to give it to James Cook on this one. On the NFC side, there's quite a few guys that, should be recognized. But I actually am going to give it to Jordan Love. Because even though they lost their offensive coordinators, I didn't see anybody giving Green Bay a chance. I didn't see anybody. I know I picked them last week, but I didn't see anybody giving them a chance. And Jordan came in. He's heard people say about Jaden Daniels. He's heard people say about CJ Stroud. He's heard so many people. He's in that same category. And now he showed you why he deserves to be in that same category. He grinded out. He took it to Detroit. I haven't seen that happen to them since they played us. Even when they played other good teams and stuff, the Texans, they did very well. So I will actually put y'all in there. I don't know if they played y'all last year or so, Eagles, but
No.
But I will give it to Jordan Love because Jordan is showing people, I'm here. I didn't go out my first year. I waited 3 years, and I'm about to show y'all what I mean. And he grinded, and he got his team now being considered the favorite in this division. Now they're being considered legit Super Bowl contenders. That's all thanks to that man and his growth. And he did the dang thing against the Detroit Lions. A very tough matchup. A team that they lost, I think, 6 of 7 or 6 of 8. One of the last 3 years or something like that. And grinded out and got that win.
All right. And Dom, who do you have for your Gauntlet Grinders for NFL Week 1?
AFC. I'm like the candidate, although after I mentioned his name, he set a NFL record. Indianapolis Colts quarterback.
Hey, your sound's distorted. See if you can come closer to the microphone.
I know. I'm hearing it on my end too. Better now.
Still distorted, man.
Let me leave and come back. Fuck.
Okay. All right, we'll just come to me when he comes back. All right, so for my Gauntlet Grinders, for the NFC, bring my book here. I am actually going to give it to Falcons quarterback Michael Penix, even in a loss. This man was 27 of 42 for 298 yards with a touchdown pass. He also added another six rushes for 21 yards and a touchdown. I'm not going to say for certain that the Falcons have found their guy, but this is a pretty damn good way of being on their way. He made some big boy plays. He has the ability to make big boy throws, and he really brought them. He really brought them. He it should have been a game-winning drive, but Young Ho wasn't so cool that day, and he missed a field goal, and Tampa Bay escaped. However, all credit to Michael Penix in this one. It's anyone's guess what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins now, but I think Penix is going to be the new franchise guy for the Atlanta Falcons, at least for the foreseeable future. In the AFC, I actually am going to give it to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers turned back the clock and went back 10 years or even 6 years on this one. 22 of 30, 244 yards, 4 of them things, 4 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 136.7. Old man Rodgers, granted, yes, it was the Jets. I get it. But did anybody have on their bingo card a 41-year-old man doing that at this stage in his career? I don't know what's going to happen with A-Rod for the rest of the season, okay? But that game right there was a nice. Oh, Bacon Grizz, what's up, buddy?
But you heard what he said after the game. He said that was very satisfying to beat every member of the Jets organization.
Yes,
so you know he was ready for that.
Yes, absolutely. He did it to his former team, and so those are my Gauntlet Grinders. Dom, hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, go ahead, man. Gauntlet Grinders.
Make your pick.
Daniel Jones, first quarterback in NFL history to lead a team to scoring drives on every single drive. NFC, not great numbers. Baker Mayfield, but still had 3 touchdowns, led the team in rushing. Yeah, that's them.
All right. And so with that being said, we'll move on to our
The
next
background
topic.
music always gets loud.
Put it down some. I had it.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, just leave it right there. That's good.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to our next topic here, and that is our recap of last night's game on Thursday Night Football. So the Packers rolled over the Commanders 27-18. Jordan Love with 292 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 200 in the first half. So 2 questions. Are you sold now on Green Bay? And will Washington take a step back this year? JJ, we'll start with you because you had some deep thoughts about this one.
So I'm going to answer this, and I do like what I see from this game, and I do like this. Am I sold on Green Bay? I actually was already on them in the first place. And so I'm not really surprised, so to speak, by this. I will say I did think that they were going to lose against the Lions, but I could have seen it was a close game, and they ended up beating that. But with this one, not exactly surprised, because I think, to the second question, they're not as hot as everybody thinks they are, and it's different when nobody expects you to do anything. So now that they know you could do something, and we actually have to do it. Teams have admitted several times throughout the years, they play you different. They play you different when you actually are a team that is considered legit. And I think Washington and Commanders fans are going to find out it's not going to be easy. And again, there is a formula right now that can stop Jaden Daniels in his tracks every single time. The only reason they beat the Eagles last year is because Jalen got hurt and they had to face Kenny Pickett. But if you look at that game, that defensive line was giving them work. Then he goes to the postseason. That defensive line was giving them work. Why couldn't Detroit give them work? Because they didn't have their defensive line. But when they have their defensive line, they have a chance to give you work. Green Bay, what they do, they give him work. He has not shown that he can handle that pressure right now. And that is the next area of opportunity for anybody to get to the elite status, is to handle it when people are throwing everything against you. If he plays the Packers, I'm looking forward to seeing him play the Vikings with Brian Flores, who will throw anything at you.
Yep, that man loves the blitz.
Exactly. So I want to say, I do think Green Bay is a team to be considered as a serious threat, especially to Detroit for that division. But I think in the entire NFC, I even remember against Philly, they still had a okay game hanging around for a little bit. But I think if their offensive line continues to play the way it's going, and that defensive front comes in, they are a team that it's like, yeah, we may be better than them, but if we ain't on it, they gonna get us.
All right. And we'll move on to Dom. Dom, your thoughts about this game. So you're a Lions fan. I mean, I already know what you're going to say about Green Bay. But will Washington take a step back this year?
I might not.
Yeah. You was just fine, and I don't know if you moved the phone or what. But yeah, but it's okay. While he's fixing up, we'll go to James. James, what's your thoughts, man?
First of all, I like JJ's take on that. I like his quote. Jaden Daniels and Commanders can't handle the work. That's what I'm seeing too. I'm seeing the same thing, man. And I think before the season we made our predictions. I said everybody was picking the Commanders again to be in the wild card, but I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs. And in the first 2 games this season, I don't think you can be excited about anything as a Commanders fan for what you've seen. Because Terry McLaurin got paid all that money, and what has he even done this season? He's had 2 games where he pretty much did nothing. They played the Giants and beat them, but the Giants hung around in that game pretty much until the end, and the Giants are just a disaster. So we know why they weren't able to do anything ultimately. But last night against Green Bay, Jaden Daniels was terrible. The Commanders team, it's not just on Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels at halftime had 60 yards passing. I understand Green Bay has a great defense, but to be considered a top 10, top 5 quarterback, which Jaden Daniels has been, even after 1 season, that's not acceptable. That's not an acceptable performance. You got to go out there and show why you're that kind of guy, and he wasn't able to do that in this game. So if you're a Commanders fan, I'll be worried about that defense. Tucker Kraft was destroying them by himself. He had an amazing game. Tucker Kraft, the tight end for Green Bay. So the defense got a lot of problems back there. Marshawn Lattimore is washed up. He gave up a bunch of holding penalties, a bunch of pass interference, a bunch of big plays. Washington has all kinds of problems, man. And if I was a Commanders fan, I'd be really worried.
All right. And Dom, can you hear us?
Yes. How we sounding now?
Oh man, you're booming. But go ahead, buddy. What's your take on this game?
Earbuds. Is Green Bay for real? Or am I sold on them? Probably. I mean, I said all along they'd be right there with us for the division. Micah Parsons maybe pushes them over the top. But both these games were at home. You beat the Bears at home. Congratulations. I'm not going to jump up and down and clap my hands for doing something you were supposed to do. As far as the game last night, like James probably alluded to, or like we were saying last night, Washington does not look even remotely like the team that throttled the Lions in the divisional round last year. So, am I sold on Green Bay? I was sold on them before these first 2 games. Will Washington take a step back this year? Yeah, it looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
That team, outside of Jaden Daniels, that team's kind of old. Deebo Samuel, old. Terry McLaurin, not young. They have no running backs. Austin Eckler just died for the year. Again. I didn't call that one, though.
Achilles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the running back crystal ball. Sorry, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, your turn, buddy.
Wait, are you calling it right now? Josh Jacobs going down next?
He's the only workhorse that hasn't been hurt. I don't even got to predict it. It's just whoever rotates to the top of the list.
The Dom curse is worse than the Madden curse.
It really is. People don't even really. Well, it did affect Christian McCaffrey, but Dom's curse is catching up to the Madden curse most definitely. He called. I think he called.
Derrick Henry. Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler the first time.
Yep. He called it the year I drafted him on my
McCaffrey.
fantasy team. He called Derrick Henry. But we're just gonna take a commercial break, and when we return, we'll get to our week 1 takeaways from the NFL. So stay tuned. Where is it? Okay. All right, and we are back at you with the Gauntlet on this Friday night. Once again, follow us on all of our wonderful platforms on Facebook, X, 2 channels on YouTube, Gauntlet Sports Media and Sideline Sports. Also on X as well, and on TikTok at Sideline Sports and Sideline One Sports. So, oh wait, no, we did it already. Here we go. So, NFL Week 1 takeaways overall. Some people, you kind of figured, okay, there's only 3 preseason games. So some people have called week 1 like a preseason game or whatever. I'm like, no, it's the regular season, but it's still a time period when people are getting their legs back. And if they're in a new offense or a new defense, the first time implementing it. Some said there's been some ugly football played. Some said it was okay. We did have that Ravens-Bills banger. Lions-Packers was supposed to be, potentially game of the day. Ended up being a complete washing of the Lions. But overall, we'll start off with James. What was your overall takeaway or takeaways from NFL Week 1?
My biggest takeaway was I'm a little bit worried about the Detroit Lions from what I saw. They had to replace some offensive linemen, and the way they schemed up that game was not looking good. Jared Goff had nowhere to go with the ball. They couldn't protect him. He got hit. He got sacked. And it was just a rough day. So we're going to see what happens the rest of the season. But after that first week, losing both your coordinators, it was a pretty rough start. If they were to lose to the Chicago Bears, I would be really concerned at that point. Start 0-2. So that's where it's at. It has kind of completely flipped from, I don't know if Micah Parsons is enough to push Green Bay to the top because the Lions are so good, to are the Lions still going to be that team without your top coaches? Or is coaching going to be what holds this team back?
All right. And JJ, what were your takeaways overall from NFL Week 1?
It's going to be an exciting season. It's really hard for me to kind of really get something out of the first week too much. But I will say I do think that some teams that come in like they're hot are going to realize that they're going to have to still work. And the teams that actually are hot, that come in hot but lost, know what they need to do. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give a little step further because I'm going to do a takeaway. And I don't know if you guys do it for yourselves, but I'll even do a takeaway from my teams that they're great, but you got to finish. Yeah. They're great, but you got to finish. And don't get me wrong. And the thing is, and it let me know that out the gate, not like last year, we took 2 or 3 games in where we started running Derrick Henry. Out the gate we did, and we saw what happened. It was a bad fumble, but ultimately you have to finish. And at the end of the day, that's my takeaway, is that it is the thing. I don't think that it's anything other than 1 or 2 plays that stops that team from getting to where it wants to go. And that's it. 1 or 2 plays. I think the same could be said for your team, and we're going, as we probably pass it over to you as well over there in the NFC North.
All right, and Dom, your NFL Week 1 takeaway or takeaways?
I wish I could agree with JJ on that sentiment that it was just 1 or 2 plays, but it was I don't know how many snaps took place in that entire game. Probably 70 some. It was a hell of a lot more than 1 or 2 because like 15 or 16 of our 21 rush attempts, the running back was first hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
The defense did not look good either. Hutchinson did not record a stat. It's not good, and it's crazy. Like, I didn't think that week one was a must-win. I think it meant more for Green Bay than it did us because it's a home game, and we've kind of owned them there the last couple years. But now we're looking at Chicago, and if we don't win that game, and I never would have said that we were for sure Super Bowl contenders, but we start 0-2. No team has ever won a Super Bowl starting 0-2. And chances are, if we don't beat them, we're not beating Baltimore either the following week. And 6 teams ever have made the playoffs starting 0-3. So, yeah, it's week 2, and it's a must-win.
How much of this is attributed to the new OC in DC?
I was not a fan of hiring from within as far as the DC, but I also think it might be more personnel or lack thereof as far as the talent that we added. Our biggest issue, I mean, it's hard to tell because we had so many guys hurt last year, but even fully healthy, we don't have what we need as far as pass rushers. And chances are, throughout as this season unfolds, we'll probably never see our starting left end, right end, and 2 DTs because that's Marcus Davenport. You know, it's a stopwatch waiting for him to get hurt. Hutchinson, and then either Williams or DJ Reader, and then Ali McNeil is out till at least October. As far as the offense goes, I don't know that it's so much the coordinator as it is 3 new interior linemen, essentially 2 rookies and a stopgap playing center. It's tough. And if we can't run the ball, like last year our offense started slow, but running the ball wasn't the problem. After what I saw last week, I was like, oh God, this is looking bad, and it might not get much better very soon, but it's got to, or we're done.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. And so,
Yep.
So my takeaways from NFL Week 1, of course, my Texans fell short to the Rams in a low-scoring game. The defense is there. The defense is there. You figure you had a 9-7. Dom, who back there getting arrested or run down? Or
Dearborn Heights is on fire. It was a fire truck and a meat wagon, not the cops.
Oh, okay. So anyhow, with the Houston Texans, the defense is there. You know, you held the Rams to 14 points, and we were this close to seeing Stroud magic, but the Rams defender made a hell of a play on Ogunbowale to punch the ball out and recover and close out the victory. That actually had been the best ball movement I had seen all game. Texans took a 9-7 lead into the half, and then was shut out in the second half. The Rams only scored at 1 touchdown, so it was a low-scoring game. The offense really going to have to get something going. Nick Chubb looks like I don't expect him to be the guy from 3 years ago, but he does look like he's getting a little bit of his legs back, and perhaps he can hold it down until Joe Mixon comes back. Mixon is out for at least another 3 weeks. Also, I'm not going to speak really soon on Aaron Rodgers if this is going to be a renaissance season. I liked what I saw on Sunday, and even if you do think that this is going to be a bit of a resurrection season for him, remember that he plays in one of the toughest divisions in football in the AFC North. So the Ravens, Bengals, maybe not so much the Browns, but those are the 2 teams they may have something to say about it. I mean, if we can see this Aaron Rodgers at least every other week, that Burrow-Rodgers matchup is going to be an absolute shootout, and definitely something.
He beat the Jets. With Justin Fields and a first-time head coach.
And that's why I'm saying pump the brakes to those who think it's going to be a resurrection season.
He's a bad man.
But you can't deny. Dom, was it on your bingo card that this man at 41 years of age was going to have a 136.7 passer rating in a game and 4 touchdown passes?
Ball don't lie.
I mean, not necessarily week 1, but like I said, it's the Jets. It's Justin Fields, and it's a first-time head coach.
No, and you're right.
So Aaron gets no credit.
But again,
It's like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome.
Okay. All right, man, you got it. But
Dang, Dom.
but
It's a movie quote.
The smartest kid with Down syndrome.
That's Aaron Rodgers beating the Jets.
Oh my god.
My second takeaway: Titans Broncos. Not a game that was very much talked about. Cam Ward had some growing pains in that game. The Broncos did just enough to win. Looking at the stat sheet, Bo Nix was 25 of 40 for 176 and a touchdown. Let's see here. Looking at the
Bo Nix is Bo Nixing.
Hey, but they got the win though. But Cam Ward, 12 of 28, 112 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 6 times. He had a passer rating of 54.5. So he's definitely going through it. He went through it in that game at least. The game was still surprisingly like as close as it was because I mean it was an 8-point victory. But yeah, Cam Ward has definitely got some work to do. I think he'll learn from this game as well. Bo Nix, hey, sometimes you have games like that where you got to do just enough to win, and that's exactly what they did. But when we return, we actually got a double header for you. We have not one but 2 non-sports topics. So stay tuned.
Hold up. Now hold up.
Oh,
Hold up, because we still got a little bit more time. I got another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh boy.
I think everybody should be panicking about the Miami Dolphins.
I was gonna say something about the Dolphins.
That was the one I forgot about, but go ahead.
They suck though.
That was completely unacceptable performance. Like you can say whatever, Daniel Jones was cooking them, but first of all, their defense got destroyed by Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
No
By
disrespect.
Daniel Jones.
He destroyed them, but that doesn't even matter. Nobody has been talking about the Miami defense of the last few years. Their identity is offense, explosive plays, throwing the ball down the field, Tyreek Hill. Absolutely terrible performance. And I think that
He's on his way out.
I think that Mike McDaniel is going to be fired at the end of the season
He's
because
lost the locker room.
I don't see what a.
Yeah, that part.
No, they're not winning the division because they're not beating Buffalo.
They're the 4th best team in that division.
Let's look better, and the Patriots look better, so they could finish last.
They very well could.
Ironically,
Tua turned the ball over, was 14 of 23 for 114. He did have a touchdown pass, but he was sacked 3 times and threw 2 interceptions, a passer rating of 51.7. Meanwhile, Daniel Manning went 22 of 29 for 272 and a touchdown. He had a 115.9 passer rating.
Daniel.
Yes,
Manning.
that guy. So,
Well,
John Shearer, time to hit the panic button, buddy.
There's no panic. They weren't going to be good anyways.
I will say, and to his point, in terms of them, yeah, it's when you live in Miami and deal with that weather and deal with that life and stuff, it's a finesse team. They've always been a finesse team. They've never been a team that is physical like that. Leading, I will say this. It is going to be a dogfight to win the AFC West. It is going to be an absolute dogfight for whoever in that division comes out on top. Because all of them have great coaches. All of them have teams that are building strong defenses. And all of them have coaches who know how to maximize a quarterback's strengths with their offense. It is going to be fun to see this. I will say this very well could be the first year that Andy Reid and the Mahomes of them may not win this division. And it may not even be because they're not good. It just could be because
the
everybody
rest of the
else
division caught up to him.
got better.
Yeah.
Everybody
Wow.
else got
That was
better.
the reason when we did our predictions. I said that was the reason why they wouldn't finish in the top 2. Now, I still have Kansas City winning the division, but I think they're going to be a 3, even dare I say it, a 4 seed, not because they're reeling or anything like that, but
Just getting beat up in the division.
They're gonna have to win games because they're not getting Rashee Rice back until this is switching over. He got 5 games more, and Xavier Worthy got hurt. So they're playing the Eagles this week. They lose that game, they're gonna be 0-2. So I feel like for this game is must win for the Chiefs.
It is, and it's like at the end of the day, I even think the other teams are looking like, hey. Because remember, even when they were running it and everything like that, the Raiders had got them a few times. Denver played them tough, and it was losses and stuff. Now those teams are feeling stronger with themselves, and they're like, hey, we actually might be able to get into a dogfight. And at the end of the day, you can say the refs and everything, but I'm with James and everything. The Eagles coming up this week again. We know what stopped them last year with this team. We also know that Rashid Rice being out for 6 weeks and Xavier Worthy being gone is a tough one. And unfortunately, they don't believe in Isaiah Pacheco as they once did. And
I know that's your guy, JJ. I like him too.
No,
I do. I'm with
the guy.
And it's like, at the end of the day, you're playing a team. So it's like, what's the number one rule to stop Patrick Mahomes? Keep the ball away from him. Keep the pressure, keep the ball away from him.
That's the number one rule in football. People are like, oh, look how average Patrick Mahomes looks when you pressure him. Also, look how average every quarterback looks when you pressure him. Even the mobile quarterbacks.
Right. And I was like, but now you're facing a team that lives off time of possession.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to, I do believe Philadelphia could be like, you know what? If it's like a 21-17 game with like 8 minutes left, I could see them doing the same thing Seattle did to us when we played them in way back when where we were up and we lost the game because they had the ball for the last 8 minutes of the game. Philadelphia is the type of team that could take 17, 18 plays and just end the game for you.
Just don't give it back.
Yeah.
And they have.
I say that all the time when there's like 6-7 minutes left and you're up. Just don't give it back. Run it every single time in a row.
And you're right. And I do think it's a big game for them because I think it's just, I like their division. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what they can do because I do think this division winner is going to be 11-6 or 10-7.
You know what? Before we move into the last segment, I'm just going to end it with this. I think this was a good idea to have this topic. So I feel like every week we should have like recap of everything. Like,
Hey, I'm with it. That sounds good to me. We're gonna.
So let's keep going to the sports, non-sports topic. I'm ready for this.
All right, and we'll be right back with our part one of the non-sports topics. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, let's get it. Now we are in the fourth quarter of the show. Non-sports topic number one. Construct your action film star Mount Rushmore. So out of action movies, and I know JJ, I already see the wheels turning, brother. I already see it. Action film star, just action movies, Mount Rushmore.
No anime.
No anime. But James, go ahead, buddy.
Just actors?
Yeah. Action.
Or an actress.
Yeah, right. Or actress. Yeah.
If you want to say ScarJo as the Black Widow, that's okay.
There's already one guy that I know I'm already putting on there. Yeah.
What y'all thinking? Y'all want me to go?
Go for it.
Yeah, you go. You go first.
All right. Okay. So, this is my action film star, Mount Rushmore. I got Will Smith, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get the fuck out of here, Will Smith.
Wesley Snipes, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, I know that the last one might raise some eyebrows. Listen, growing up, I was a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. Yes,
I have no issue with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I have a huge issue with fucking Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Justify your picks.
Okay.
Maybe you'll convince me.
Okay.
That happens all the time, non-sports. I got one thing in my head, and I'm like, oh, fuck, he was right.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to Will Smith is in the 20 million club. At least 20 million per movie. When it comes to a blockbuster action film, he knocks it out the park. The Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black, you name it. The man is etched in if it's possible to etch something in steel, his name would be there. So regardless of what, okay, listen, take out all the him and Jada stuff.
Don't forget about Hancock.
Hey,
call me an asshole one more time.
One more time, yeah, before he sent that boy to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, come on now. Will Smith is a slam dunk, and you know it, whether you like the man or not. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I mean, kind of goes without saying. I mean, he is one of the greats. It's, you know, Terminator 2, one of the greatest action films of all time, along with the original Terminator. Then you had the Conans, and so, yeah. Again, for his time, absolute slam dunk. And not only that, when his appearances in The Expendables was great as well. So, you know, and I know that's kind of like the all-star game of action films, but then also Wesley Snipes, you know, Passenger 57, Blade, like you name it, you know, one of my two best actors, two of my favorite actors of all time, Wesley Snipes as the can't miss. Again, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan growing up. Even the corny Street Fighter film, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But when it comes to, because in my criteria, I was like, you know, I got to have one martial artist up there. One martial artist, one of Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, you know. But yeah, mine was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Huge fan of him growing up. Can't miss, you know, with the late 80s. And Bloodsport's one of my favorite action films, period. You know,
and he's a really good dancer. People don't know about him.
And
he's a really good dancer.
And the character Johnny Cage was literally based off of him, but we'll get to that in just a moment. But with that being said, James, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I can't wait to hear this bullshit.
I'm gonna say
Bacon.
Brad Pitt for Fight Club. That was one of my favorite movies. I'm putting Jackie Chan in there for Rush Hour. Jackie Chan is one of the GOATs.
All right.
I'm going to say The Rock for Fast and Furious, and Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible.
Nice. Okay.
He just can't lose a fight. That's all that is.
Yeah. It's in his contract. But JJ, go ahead, man.
No, he had one more. I thought he had one more.
No,
he said four.
I did Tom Cruise, Jackie Chan, The Rock, and Brad Pitt.
Okay, I'm going to go Bruce Willis because Die Hard is an icon movie and it's nothing but action.
And also a Christmas movie.
And a Christmas movie. I am going to go Jackie Chan as well because I can't remember a movie he did that wasn't action. Like, I can't even think about a movie.
Even Rumble in the Bronx delivered.
Right. I'm going to go Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
Ooh, that's good. I didn't even realize you took one of mine until you took one of mine.
Oh, wow. And then, you know, he latest installment with the Marvel. And the fourth one, this one, I'm going to go Sean Connery for the James Bond. And then the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And then The Rock. And then when you over here trying to escape from Alcatraz and you over here in action films, I'm going to go Sean, Bruce, Jackie, and Harrison Ford.
All right. And Dom, who do you got?
Well, first and foremost, that no one mentioned, thank God, because at least I get one of my own. Fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Rocky.
I actually struggle between him and Schwarzenegger, but go ahead.
Rocky, Rambo, all that. Okay, yeah, so Sylvester Stallone, Arnold, who was already said,
that's a good
Bruce Willis, and Harrison Ford.
All right.
I like that. But it's funny because I could take my person out and put Tom Cruise in because Tom Cruise literally defined it. And you've had it. Arnold, great one. I love action movies. I have seen pretty much all these guys' movies and stuff. And so I go like, Jay kind of read me a little bit because as soon as he said, I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Talk about this one because there's...
And
I knew Bruce was already in there from Rip. Off Rip.
Yeah. And
Tom Cruise, minimally honorable mention just from Cocktail because he kicked that dude in the back.
And this one here from Bacon Grizzler, he says Jason Statham has to be an honorable mention if not on your Mount Rushmore. I do think that pick is generational because I named folks that I grew up, watching, but today's generation, maybe even a generation before, they grew up watching Jason Statham. So Statham would be on their list. Not mad at the pick.
The transporter did start it, and yeah, he is. I give him that. That's a generational thing. Maybe this generation's Mount Rushmore. But
back before Transporter, there was Ghost of Mars with Ice Cube
and Natasha Henstridge from The Species.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
and
nobody.
I think Pam Grier was in Ghost of Mars too.
Yes, she was.
Because didn't her head get killed? Didn't she get her head chopped off and get put on a stick?
Yep.
All right. And we got 5 minutes left, so I thought of this one on the fly too. Non-sports topic part 2. Which video game film are you more excited for? JJ, I want to hear you on this one. Mortal Kombat 2 coming out this October or Street Fighter coming out next October? James?
Bumper Kamehameha. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
James, go ahead, man.
Probably Street
Dragon Ball.
Probably
Okay.
Street Fighter. Just because I never really got into the Mortal Kombat movies.
I was gonna say I don't recall James being the Mortal Kombat.
I think when the first one came out, I watched it and I thought it was really bad. So I decided not to watch any of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
However, since we're on the topic, Nintendo did announce that they're making another Super Mario movie.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Can't wait to see that cast.
Not to mention, they released the cast for the Street Fighter film. Jason Momoa playing Blanca. 50 Cent's gonna play Balrog, of course, among others. Dom, what about you? Which one are you more excited for? Mortal Kombat 2 this year or Street Fighter next year?
I guess I would say less unexcited. I'm gonna say Street Fighter because it's got to be better than that first one.
Yeah,
I like the first Mortal Kombat movie. Like that shit was kind of dope.
it was.
Yeah, it's Street Fighter. I guess I was never really into those one-on-one fighting games, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And the Street Fighter movie, like honestly, they killed it with too much star power. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then Raul Julia was
Bison.
M. Bison.
Wasn't what's her name? Michelle Oh, wasn't she Chun-Li?
No, that was Ming Na Wen.
Okay, but you know the young lady I'm talking about that was like always in all the movies for Mortal, like Asian descent, like
Yeah. I remember Michelle. Oh, yep.
The Mortal Kombat movie. The only people I remember in that I remember ever hearing of, the dude that was Raiden was from the Highlander movies, and he basically played the same dude. And then Pete Sampras' wife was Sonya.
Bridget Wilson. Yep.
Well, you
Yep.
also have Mekhi Brooks, but he's more so known in African American culture. He played Jax.
Yeah, Jax.
I haven't seen any. Oh no, wait! I saw the second Mortal Kombat movie. The first one, it wasn't bad. The soundtrack was dope too.
Yeah, I actually had the soundtrack on CD. JJ.
Okay.
Yo, go, man.
Okay. So these are two games that I know very, very well. I have watched so many of the game modes of, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I am looking forward to Street Fighter, but it's hands down Mortal Kombat for me because everyone that knows me, I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan.
You love that Mortal Kombat shit.
I do. And when we get off, I'm going to be watching the Mortal Kombat again, like I've been doing the last 3 days. But I'm excited because I do wish Kerry was young so he could play Shang Tsung in today's world, because to me, that is hands down the best Shang Tsung I have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that cast, because that Mortal Kombat 1 had the perfect cast.
Yeah, it was legit.
It was. This cast was nice in its everything, and I'm excited to see it because I was a little critical of the first movie, but that was also me basing it on game to movie, not realizing that Hollywood's going to happen.
It's hard when you wait for years and years to finally see a movie like it. Chances are it's not going to live up to your expectations.
Right.
Because you just want it to be fucking amazing.
Yep.
And even if it's really good, you're like, eh.
Right. You want it to be
He said,
seeing.
This is where you fall down.
Because when you see these things, you see the game and then like, yo, I need to see Liu Kang versus Raiden as an undead revenant or something. Or yo, I need to see how Sub-Zero got what happened between Sub-Zero, Scorpion, how did the Lin Kuei get cyberized? I need to see Shao Kahn get killed by Katana, become Katana Khan. Or there's so many different ways you can go with the game, so it is an attachment, but I have to give it the strength. I'm looking forward to it because I know CGI and today's world, listen, I've been waiting for the trailers. And like I saw that one and it's like the one thing I think these games I'm hoping that they do to make it to James' point is that don't just focus on the fact that you're bringing characters to life that everybody's been waiting to see. You know all the girls in the world are looking to see Chun-Li, Cammy, Katana, Jade. You know the fellas is looking for Ryukishin, Bison, Scorpion, Johnny Cage. And I will be honest with you, I'm looking forward to seeing how Carl Urban plays Johnny Cage. Yeah, I know they're like he should have been younger and stuff, but in the game, Johnny does get old. Johnny does get older, but he still doesn't lose his attitude. And I think Carl Urban's going to pull it off.
All right. I would say, and I'll keep it brief here. I'm very excited for both of them, but being one of the biggest Street Fighter fans, going to play it, and anything has to be better than the Van Damme Street Fighter. Even then, if you think about it, if you take away the Street Fighter element and theme, it actually would have passed for a more than decent 90s action film. You know, a coalition of troops go down to Southeast Asia to stop a mad dictator and rescue hostages. Sounds like your standard action film from the 1990s, you know? And absolutely anything has to be better than Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, which is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. The absolute worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, so you haven't seen the second Rob Zombie Halloween movie?
Actually, haven't seen that one.
It's so bad, it's good. Go watch that shit. Come October 1st.
Okay.
It's so bad, it's good.
I think that's kind of how people feel about Van Damme Street Fighter now. But yeah.
No, it's just bad.
I'm more excited for the Street Fighter film. But everyone, that is our show for this week. Follow us on all of our great platforms. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to all of our great viewers and everything. Shout out Craig Davis, Marshall Hill, my Unconventional Kings fam. We'll see you next week. Woo! Good night, Vancouver. What?
Will Vogel, unofficial, unconventional king.
Vancouver, British Columbia. That's it. We're still live. Good night, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Got it in there.